Hey everybody, welcome to the channel. So I have an update for you on my Wealthsimple portfolio. So just going to talk through my recent buys and a new stock that I purchased today, which was Intel. So I'll just be going over why. I made a video previously about why this company is great, but I'm actually going to say what made me finally pull the trigger on this one. And we're going to go through some of the other transactions we've done in the month earlier. So we did some fractional buying early on in the month. We had a small deposit. We just bought a bit more of our income funds. As you can see, we're just buying Scotiabank and TD Bank fractionally whenever we can, earning dividends along the way. So this is income coming into the portfolio. And this isn't money that I deposit. It's money that my holdings pay me each month, and I can reinvest it back into the portfolio. So you can see here the 230 and 292. I reinvested those into TD Bank just because the banks keep sliding due to the fear of the election in Canada and the fact that the Liberals want to raise the taxes on the banks from 15 to 18%. So I'm definitely going to be taking advantage and jumping on the banks and buying them as I can, especially if they continue to go down. I'm going to continue to buy them fractionally. So that's one nice thing on Wealthsimple Trade is that you can buy things fractionally and build up your position over time. Even if your dividends are small, even if it's only $1, you can throw that into any company. Well, any company that Wealthsimple supports. Right now, it's just 200 stocks, but they are adding to it. So the Canadian banks are definitely a great place to not have any of your money going to waste, and especially since they are a pretty good value in this market. And we bought Intel. I bought more of the income fund here for $24 DFN. And then with the rest of the money in my deposit, I bought more Scotiabank. In my previous video on should you buy Intel, I basically went over the fact that they were building 2 chip making plants in Arizona, and now they actually announced that they're going to be doing it in Europe for an even larger investment. So $20 billion in Arizona, up to $95 billion over the next decade for Europe, starting with Ireland specifically to help supply chips for the EV sector. So another reason why I wanted to invest in Intel is just because I really like the current CEO. So he's Pat Gelsinger. So he replaces the old CEO, which nobody really liked, just because all he did was cut costs and he bought back shares, but he didn't do anything to try and move Intel forward as a business and as a company to grow. So this is just a really, really good direction for the company, in my opinion. And Pat Gelsinger also was the former CEO of VMware. So definitely has experience with hardware and software integrating together. So I think he's definitely the right skill set of, manager and also a good technical knowledge to push Intel forward into the future. And he also said that he wants to make Intel more competitive. So that's another reason why I decided to finally start just dollar cost averaging into Intel. And here's a better view of my portfolio. So you can see all my shares, how my average cost, and how they're performing relative to my average cost. So yeah, as we can see, the Canadian banks are definitely on the decline. So that's the reason why I'm just throwing any, remaining money or very small dividends into the banks right now. I just think they're great value, and I want to add and grow my position in the banks over time. And we can see here that Intel is the new addition to the portfolio. So pretty happy with this one. It also pays a nice little dividend of 2.5%. 2.52 is what I'm getting. So they pay me $1.39 annually for each share I have. So this is going to be producing me an income, and I do think that they will grow over time. I like the direction their company's heading, and I think in the next 10 years the share price will be a lot more than it is today, and I really, really like them. Dividend 15, we just got 3 more shares just because they had an offering, so they offered more shares, and the stock price went from like $8.16 or $8.20 down to $8 even. So definitely put more into there just because we bought Alibaba, and I just wanted to compensate the income that Alibaba does not provide me because it does not pay a dividend. It's the only stock in my portfolio that doesn't pay a dividend, but I believe the growth opportunity with Alibaba warrants just taking a chance on it. And I have the rest of the portfolio to pay me an income while I wait. And just an update on the income that the portfolio is making, where we've earned $121.74 in dividends so far. We're going to be receiving a lot more dividends for September. I should be getting a lot of them tomorrow, actually. So I think this month will be about probably $35 to $40 approximately. Our annual dividends are up to over $400 per year. So that means that every single quarter, we're making $100 that's getting reinvested back into the portfolio and then compounding and paying us more interest over time. So our dividends are just going to continue growing. Monthly, we're up to $33.47. Weekly, we're up to $7.72. And the daily income that the portfolio generates for me is $1.10. So since my first goal of hitting $1 a day, we've increased that by 10% already. So we're on the way to making $2 per day. And if we go to my dividend growth history, we can see in February I made nothing, no passive income whatsoever. In March, we made 18. April and May were a bit smaller just because a lot of companies pay quarterly, not monthly. And then in June, we had our biggest month yet of 34.33. July was 24. August was 20. So a lot higher than April and May, and generally trending upwards. September should be a very good month for us as well. I think it will exceed June. And that's it for this update this week. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch the channel. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you liked the video. And if you haven't joined Wealthsimple yet, please feel free to use my link in the description below to get the value of up to 2 free stocks. Have a great day.